take a look. First things first, you know you're going to have your homework classwork due. Um, Also, you have a test. So you can retest number one. If you retest number one, you need to see me if you do better so I can update your grade. Okay, that's the first thing. If you fail to see me, then I'm not going to be able to know to record it. So make sure you do. Also, test number two will be up as well. Don't miss it. Okay, especially you seniors. Friday to Monday. All right, let's take a look. So we want the x and y intercepts. Remember, to find the x, you let y equal 0. So here, I'm going to put a 0 for the y. So I'm going to say 5x and work that out. If you're looking for the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. So here I'm going to say 5 times 0 plus 3y equals 15. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is solve this equation. So this is 0. I'm going to divide by 5. So I get x equals 3. On this one, this is 0. I divide by 3, and I get y equals 5. And you could graph it. Your x is 3, and your y is 5. Okay, so we did graph it. That's number 2. Number 3 says, what's the slope? Well, to get slope, it's rise over run. So you could solve this equation for y. That's one way. So circle the y, move the 5x, and then divide by 3. So your slope is right here. It's not the x. So it's negative 5 and 3. So if you go down 5 and over 3, you have your slope. Rise over run. Inequalities are going to be on your test this weekend. Remember, an inequality looks like a V. So if you pick points and it only looks like a line, you need to pick some more points right here. Okay? So make a table. I would try 0 and 1 and 2 and maybe negative 1 and negative 2. Let's see what happens. So negative 2 plus 4 is going to be 2. Negative 1 plus 4 is going to be 3. 0 plus 4 is going to be 4, and then 5, and then 6. Let's see what happens. Negative 2 up 2, negative 1 up 3, over 0 up 4. So you see you only have it like that. So you need some more points over here. So let's try, for the heck of it, let's try negative 3. Better than that, let's try negative 4. So if you put negative 4 plus 4 is 0. So negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is here. And then negative 5. Negative 5 is going to give you a negative 1, but when you do the absolute value, it's 1. So now it's starting to curve. There it is. And there's your graph. Okay? So make sure you pick enough points to where it starts to curve or bend. Okay? Because it's a V. Copy this one down. Well, what does evaluate mean? It means plug it in. Now look, if you put negative 3 in here, you're going to get 2 negative 3 squared minus negative 3 minus 2. Now, a couple of places you can make mistakes here. First of all, if you multiply these two first, you're going to miss it because exponents come first. So a negative 3 times a negative 3, that's 2 negatives, so that's going to be 9. Double negative, you could only put 1, but it's 2. So that's plus 3 and then minus 2. So this is 18 plus 3 minus 2. 21 minus 2 is going to give you 19. And there it is. And that's how you do that. So be careful with that, okay? Today's work is right here. Again, Albert I.O. tomorrow, and then test over the weekend. Please don't come to me on Tuesday saying you missed it for whatever reason. Take it early. Let's turn our attention now to college algebra. Find the inverse. Okay, before we get started, test number 1 is going to be open. If you take test number 1, you need to see me if you want me to change your grade if you did better. If you fail to see me, I'm not doing it, okay? That's not on me, that's on you. You got to come see me. Test number 2 is going to be there. Do not miss either one of them if you want to do them, okay? This one you have to do if you didn't do it. Of course, you didn't do it. All right, so let's see here. To do the identity matrix, you're going to do that, okay? Remember, you're trying to get a 0 here. So I would switch these and put a negative 5 up here and a 2 down there. Now watch what happens. The first row is going to stay the same, so I would rewrite it. Okay? Once you do that, this is going to be a negative 10, this is a positive, that gives you the 0 we want. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm going to have 2, 1, 1, 0. This becomes 0, right? Negative 10, positive 10. This right here is negative 5, and that's 6. So that's going to give you a 1. This right here is negative 5, and that's 0, so that's going to be negative 5. This right here is going to be 0, and that's going to be 2. Okay? Now you want a 0 right here. To get a 0 there, I'm going to multiply this by a negative and add it to that one. So what's going to happen is the bottom is going to stay the same. So on the bottom, I'm just going to rewrite it. At the top, a negative plus the 2 is still going to be 2. A negative 1 plus 1 is going to be 0. So that's the 0 I want. This looks like 52, so I'm going to move that 2 over a little bit, okay? All right, in any event, this one right here is going to be a positive 5 plus 1 is going to be 6. This is going to be a negative 2 plus 0 is a negative 2. And then the only thing you have to do is divide this one by 2, and you're done. So when you divide by 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 0 divided by 2 is 0, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and that would be a negative 1, 2 divided by 2. This one's going to stay the same, and so on your test this weekend, that's your inverse function. Now copy this one down, and I'm going to show you how to do your inverse functions on your calculator. All right, have a good morning. I'll see you guys in class.